Welcome to AI and Authenticity, the podcast for real strategies, authentic growth, and AI that works for you. Let's dive in. Welcome back to AI and Authenticity, the podcast where we help you grow your business with AI and organic strategies that feel aligned, human, and sustainable. I'm Abigail Anderson, here with my co-host Sammy, and today we're diving into a topic that makes a lot of entrepreneurs squirm a little: sales.
Yep, sales. Even saying the word can make people uncomfortable. For so many coaches, course creators, and service providers, sales feels, well, sleazy, pushy, like something you have to do instead of something you want to do.
And I get it. We've all been on the receiving end of those copy-paste DMs. Hey girl, I thought you'd be perfect for my program. Or those emails that sound like they were written by a robot who's had way too much caffeine. No wonder so many people avoid selling altogether.
But here's the truth. Selling doesn't have to feel gross. In fact, when it's done right, sales is one of the most generous, authentic, and empowering things you can do. It's simply extending an invitation. Hey, I can help solve that problem you've been struggling with. Want to talk about it?
Exactly. And this is where AI comes in. Not to replace your voice, not to make things sound slick and salesy, but to help you structure your message, brainstorm empathetic ways to connect, and save time so you can focus on real conversations.
So if you've ever wondered how to sell without sounding spammy, how to make offers that feel aligned with your values, and how to use AI as a support tool instead of a crutch, you're in the right place.
By the end of today's episode, you'll have a fresh perspective on what sales really is, a framework for using AI to craft sales messages that sound like you, and a simple action step you can take this week to invite your audience in with zero ick factor.
All right, let's get into it. First up, why sales feels sleazy in the first place, and how we can flip that script.
Okay, let's be honest for a second. Why does sales feel so sleazy for so many entrepreneurs? If you're nodding along right now, you are not alone. I hear it in our group all the time. I don't want to sound pushy. I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to be that person in the DMs.
Right? And honestly, we've all seen the examples that give sales a bad name. You open your inbox and there's a 14-paragraph cold email from someone you've never met, pushing a $5,000 program, or those DMs that start friendly but suddenly pivot into a pitch before you've even said hello. It feels manipulative, it feels desperate, and it makes you want to run.
Yes. And here's the problem. Because we've been on the receiving end of those awkward sales tactics, we start to believe that's what sales is. But the truth is, that's just one bad version. Sales doesn't have to be manipulative. It can actually be one of the most authentic, generous parts of your business.
Here's the psychology behind why sales feels sleazy. Scripts that don't sound like you. You're copying someone else's style and it feels fake. Focusing on yourself, not your audience. I need a sale instead of, I can solve your problem. Fear of rejection, so you come across nervous, rushed, or overly pushy.
And here's a quick story. I once worked with a client who absolutely hated selling. She was amazing at her craft, but when it came to making offers, she froze. Why? Because her past mentor gave her these super aggressive scripts. Here's the deal. Doors close tonight. Sign up now or you'll miss out forever. She said every time she sent one, she felt sick to her stomach. Of course, her audience felt that energy too, and they didn't buy.
Exactly. Because here's the truth, people don't just buy offers, they buy energy. If you're showing up with stress, fear, or ick, it bleeds through the message, even if you're using the perfect script.
So if you've been feeling like sales equals sleaze, it's not because selling itself is bad. It's because you've been taught a version of sales that's out of alignment with your voice, your values, and the way you want to serve.
Here's a quick reflection exercise. Think back to the last time you bought something you really loved. Maybe a coaching program, a course, or even just your favorite pair of shoes. Ask yourself, did you feel pressured or did you feel excited? Did the seller make you feel understood or just like a number? What about that buying experience felt good?
That reflection is gold because it shows you what you value in the sales process. And guess what? That's exactly what your audience wants from you.
So, sales doesn't have to feel sleazy. It only feels that way when it's done out of fear, manipulation, or copycatting someone else's formula. Done with authenticity, it can feel empowering, supportive, and yes, even joyful.
And in the next section, we're going to flip the script completely and reframe sales not as manipulation, but as service. So let's flip the script. If sales isn't about manipulation, what is it really about? I want you to write this down if you can. Sales is service. Sales is simply an invitation. When you invite someone into your offer, you're not forcing them. You're not tricking them. You're saying, I see your struggle. I have something that can help, and you're welcome to step in if it feels right. That's it.
Yes. Think of sales like a dinner invitation. You don't knock on someone's door, shove a plate of food in their face, and demand they eat. You say, hey, I'm making something I think you'll enjoy. Want to come over? They can say yes or no, and either answer is okay.
I love that. And here's the truth. When you avoid selling because you're afraid of being pushy, you're actually withholding solutions that could genuinely help people. You're keeping the door closed on someone who might be looking for exactly what you offer.
I'll never forget this. I had a coaching client who was so hesitant to make offers. She didn't want to be salesy, but one day she shared a free tip on LinkedIn and someone messaged her saying, "This was great. Do you have a program where I can learn more?" She realized she'd been waiting for people to knock on her door instead of just putting out the welcome mat. Once she reframed selling as an invitation to transformation, she started making offers regularly. And guess what? Her audience thanked her for it.
Yes, and that's the power of reframing sales as service. You're not pushing. You're simply making it easier for people to say yes to something they already want. Here's a quick audience exercise you can do right now. Write down one problem your clients struggle with. Now, write down one outcome they deeply want. Finally, write this sentence: I help who go from problem to outcome. That right there is your service statement. That's the core of your sales message. And it's not sleazy, it's supportive.
Here's an example. I help women coaches go from feeling invisible online to consistently attracting leads with authentic AI-powered content. Boom, that's service. That's an invitation.
Exactly. So if you've been hiding from sales, here's your reminder. You're not bugging people, you're helping them. And when you frame it that way, selling doesn't just feel better. It becomes a natural extension of the impact you're already here to make.
All right, coming up next, how to use AI to support this authentic sales approach. Because once you shift the mindset, you need tools that help you express it clearly and consistently.
Now that we've reframed sales as service, let's talk about the practical side. How AI can help you sell in a way that feels authentic. And I want to be crystal clear. AI is not here to replace your voice. It's here to support you, give you structure, and save you time so you can focus on real conversations.
Yes, think of AI as your brainstorming buddy or your copy coach. It's not supposed to spit out the perfect script. Instead, it helps you organize your thoughts, explore angles you might not have considered, and draft messages you can then polish into your authentic voice.
So let's break down 3 ways AI can support your sales process. 1. Clarifying customer pain points. One of the fastest ways to connect with your audience is by showing them you get their struggles. You can literally ask AI, list the top 10 frustrations of your ideal client, e.g., women coaches trying to grow on Instagram. in a supportive, empathetic tone.
You'll get a list that reminds you of what they're going through, but in their language. Then you can take one of those pain points and create a post or DM that says, "I know how frustrating it is when pain point. That's exactly why I created solution." Short, simple, and aligned. 2. Answering FAQs and objections.
Another powerful use, handling FAQs and objections. Instead of feeling stuck when someone asks, "But what if it doesn't work for me?" you can have AI draft supportive responses. Example prompt, you are a sales coach. Write a warm conversational response to a client who is worried about investing because they've been burned before. Tone, empathetic, reassuring, respectful, no pressure.
Exactly. You can then tweak the answer to include your story, like, "I know how that feels. I once invested in a program that didn't deliver too. That's why I structure mine differently. Now it's human and real." 3. Drafting sales copy in your voice.
Here's where people get the most excited. You can use AI to draft sales emails, captions, or even DM templates that sound like you by giving it a voice guide. Example, I write in a warm, mentor-like tone. I use simple sentences, ask questions, and sound supportive. Please write a 3-paragraph email inviting my audience to a free strategy call.
And here's a pro tip. After AI drafts something, ask it, "Now rewrite this in a friendlier, less formal tone." Add more empathy and encouragement. You'll be amazed at how much closer it gets to sounding like your natural style. Audience challenge on air.
All right, here's a challenge for you. Pick one offer you're currently promoting. 1. Write down your client's biggest pain point. 2. Write down the main transformation you provide. 3. Use AI to draft either a short post, a DM, or an email that connects those dots: pain point, transformation, invitation.
Then, and this is important, edit it. Add one personal detail, one story, or even just one phrase you naturally say a lot. That's the piece that makes it feel real.
If you're feeling brave, share your draft in our Facebook group, Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies. We'll cheer you on, give you feedback, and maybe even share some of your examples in a future episode.
So that's how AI supports authentic sales, by helping you brainstorm empathetic angles, handle objections with confidence, and create sales messages that actually sound like you.
Coming up next, we'll give you our simple AI-powered sales prompt framework, so you know exactly how to talk to AI to get sales copy you can actually use. Session 4, our AI-powered sales prompts framework expanded. Okay, now let's get really practical. We've talked about using AI to brainstorm, draft, and support your sales process. But here's the mistake most people make. They just throw in a vague prompt like, "Write me a sales email," and then they wonder why it sounds robotic, generic, or flat.
Exactly. If you want authentic, usable copy, you need to give AI the right inputs. And that's where our sales prompt framework comes in. It's 4 parts: context, role, action, format. 1. Context.
Start with who you are, who you serve, and the situation. This grounds the AI so it knows what world it's operating in. Example, I'm a business coach who helps women entrepreneurs grow with AI-powered organic marketing. My audience feels overwhelmed by tech, but wants simple, authentic strategies. Second rule.
Next, assign a role. Don't just ask AI to write. Say, "You are my copy coach helping me write a warm conversational sales message." This shifts the output from generic to guided. 3. Action.
Then tell it exactly what you want. Do you need a DM script, a 3-paragraph email, a LinkedIn post? Be specific. Example, Write a short Instagram caption inviting my audience to join a free workshop. 4. Format.
Finally, give it structure. Tell it how long, what tone, and how you want it laid out. Example, keep it under 150 words, use a supportive and empowering tone, include a hook, 2 to 3 sentences of value, and a clear call to action at the end.
Put it all together, and here's a sample prompt. You are my copy coach. I'm a business coach helping women entrepreneurs use AI for simple, authentic marketing. My audience is overwhelmed by tech but craves results. Write a short Instagram caption that invites them to my free workshop on effortless content creation. Tone, warm, supportive, conversational. Format, hook, value, CTA.
Sammy, with that one prompt, you'll get something 10 times more useful than just saying, write a sales post. Audience mini exercise.
All right, here's your action step. Think of one offer you want to promote this week. Write down your context, who you are plus who you serve. Define the role you want, AI to play, copy coach, sales strategist, storyteller. Set the action, what you want created. Choose the format, length, tone, structure. Then drop your finished prompt in our Facebook group. We'll even give feedback on a few inside the community.
And if you're listening right now thinking, I don't even know what offer to write about, that's okay. Just practice with something simple like a freebie or your Facebook group invite. The key is building the skill.
So there you have it, the sales prompt framework. Context, role, action, format, use it, and you'll get authentic, aligned sales copy that sounds like you.
Coming up, we'll wrap today's episode with some quick action steps you can take this week to make selling feel natural, human, and, dare I say it, fun. Section 5, Action Steps plus Outro, expanded.
All right, let's bring this all together. Today we covered a lot, from why sales feels sleazy, to reframing sales as service, to using AI as a supportive partner, and even our simple 4-part sales prompt framework.
And here's the big takeaway. Selling doesn't have to feel like you're tricking people or chasing them down. Done with authenticity, selling is simply inviting the right people into a transformation they already want.
So here are your action steps for this week. 1. Write down one problem your audience has and one transformation you offer. 2. Use our sales prompt framework, context, role, action, format, to create a draft sales message around that offer. 3. Add one personal touch, a story, a phrase you naturally use, or a client example. That's it. You've just created your first authentic sales message.
And if you're ready to take it a step further, share your message in our Facebook group, Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies. You'll get feedback, encouragement, and maybe even spark ideas for other people in the group.
Because here's the thing, sales doesn't have to be this scary, heavy, or robotic process. With the right mindset, the right prompts, and a willingness to show up authentically, it can feel like a natural extension of the work you already love doing.
So here's your challenge. This week, send out one authentic sales message. It could be a post, a DM, or an email. Just one. Then come tell us how it felt, because we want to celebrate your wins and support you if you hit a roadblock.
And as always, if you found value in today's episode, the best way to support the show is to share it with a fellow entrepreneur who needs to hear this message. Subscribe so you never miss an episode, and leave a review if you're enjoying the journey. It means the world.
All right, that's it for today. Remember, sales isn't about pressure, it's about service. And with AI in your corner, you can keep it authentic, simple, and sustainable.
We'll see you next week on AI and authenticity. Until then, keep it real, keep it human, and keep showing up. That's it for this episode of AI and Authenticity. If you found these tips helpful and want more, be sure to join our free Facebook group, Limitless Leads, AI and Business Growth Strategies. It's where we share prompts, resources, and ongoing support so you never have to create content alone.
And if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with a friend who could use some AI-powered inspiration in their business.
Thanks for listening and for being part of our community. We can't wait to see what you create with AI this week.
See you next time on AI and Authenticity.